Oh, boom! What we're saying, guys? Good evening. Just watching reruns of Fulham Tottenham. Tell you something now. How Fulham's first goal, Wilson's goal stood is crazy. After what's happened this weekend? Was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend, wasn't it? We've just seen a Spurs goal disallowed for the push in the back. 1 week later, instead of being consistent, crazy. Instead of being consistent, saying, you know what, it's a foul, goal shouldn't stand, and it's mad because it's happened against Tottenham. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you ask me, that goal should have been disallowed because the Iwobi one, Iwobi, the Gabriel one was disallowed, so that should also be disallowed. Spurs are dire. Look, Richarlison fighting Bassi, crazy, absolute crazy. What are you saying, Charlie? But I'm just waiting for everyone to gather for the pod. Like I said at the beginning of the season, well, after about 10 games, I said it'll be Arsenal City. And that's what it's going to be. Us two, Charlie, we're going to make this league and this season a spectacular season because I've got a feeling it's going to be Arsenal and City all the way, every trophy. And it's going to be the stuff of pure cinema. Pure cinema. And it'll be even more thrilling if Arsenal win all 4 trophies against Man City because you have the capacity to come back next season. Arsenal we can't guarantee come back next season. You've got guys can guarantee money that you've got. But I do believe it's going to be something special. I really do believe that. Bless you. United are gas thinking that they're going to be in the title race next season. They don't even know who their manager is right now. And I guarantee you, when they got to play, listen, Arsenal played what? Is it something like 50 something games? We played 53 games. Arsenal played this season. There's certain players in the Arsenal team that have played over 50 games. Man United are going to play 40 in total. Consider the difference in levels. It's ridiculous. So they think Carrick's doing master strokes. Give him 2 games a week and you'll see Wagwan. He will not know how to rotate that squad. I'm telling you that from now. The way the world is moving right now, and Nuke might get dropped before. Imagine that, Charlie. Imagine they got to cancel the league. God, we end up having some mad war, and they've cancelled all the tournaments, but Arsenal's in the final, everything, yeah, and they cancel it all. That is, see, when I said Spurs winning the Europa League and finishing 17th, that's Spursy. Like that is a typical Arsenal. Like we're about to do a madness and something happens all the time, all the time. We just went invincibles, unbeaten, and the Roman Revolution kicks in. Like we've just finally conquered United. Because if you pre it, United didn't win a league for another 4 years after that. Because Arsenal won 1, Chelsea won 2. Oh no, in the 4th year, so it took them 4 years to win. So Arsenal would have cleaned up in that time, but we couldn't because this blue monster had come in. Every time we're about to do something sick, like we get a new stadium, can't compete because there's billions around. Millionaires are boys now in the billionaire club. Once the millionaires were the big boys, now the billionaire boys are coming and done a madness. Always the way. Look, no one's even here yet. I said 8 o'clock. What's the time now? 1 minute past. Cleese late. Can you believe Ken Dog's here before? Look at him. Look at him. He said, "You know what, guys? We've got to give some credit here to Ken Dog. I know you've just heard me slate Man United and say how they've only played 1 game a week. Arsenal played 53 games at this stage. We're in March, and Arsenal played 53 games. Well, United have only played. Well, they're only going to play 40 in total this season.
Hello, Lee.
Hello, people.
Nice red top there, mate.
Bit
No,
red in it.
salmon.
Salmon, yeah.
Salmon?
Yeah, salmon.
Does that look like salmon to you, Ken Dog?
No, it's
It
salmon.
looks a bit rouge.
Ken Dog, does that look like this?
No, it's salmon.
Yeah.
It looks like Arsenal
Very
red.
Does it? Oh, mate, it's not Arsenal red. I should have Haringey green. We're talking about Haringey Borough tonight. Yeah? That's what we're here for. 8 out of 8 for Haringey. Top of the Furlough None Premier League. Title push on the way. A lot of away games to go, but 2 home games. One on the 21st of March, one on the 11th of April. We've got to be there, lads. We've got to back the team to win the league.
Maybe they're starting 11, Lee.
I can't tell you that, bro.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not. I wish I could.
Good evening.
I wish I could.
So he goes every week, but he can't name their starting 11.
I mean, players. I don't always get the team sheets.
Hello, Marv.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Marvelous.
Good to see you, man. Right.
So where do we start then?
Come on, Lee. A better intro than that.
Innit?
Is that your
Well, I
intro?
don't know. Listen, I'm not top of the tree, am I? Look, I gave my flowers last
If you
week.
want me to go back to doing the intros again and put a bit of effort into these pods, you
But I
just
was a bit late. So I thought that had already happened.
Chris was slating Man United before I came on. Then he quickly.
Well, look, listen. I mean, the news has been out there today how despicable those decisions were for Arsenal yesterday against Chelsea, but they somehow got the result. I mean, I've seen the video. The way that Rice has gone over.
So you didn't watch the game?
No, I only watched
All right,
the last
all right,
20 minutes.
don't comment then. Don't comment then.
All right. Then it ain't down to me to host and
Yeah,
Kenwood, you're in charge.
I thought you watched the game.
Guys, thanks for tuning in this week. We're gonna skip past Lee and do a proper introduction.
Listen,
It's been a fantastic.
How can one little push to get a bit of space last week
You
be
should know.
disallowed
I
on site?
just said before you
and
got on it. I
Declan
just
Rice
said that
have done what I was watching on the Royal Rumble.
That should have been your Harry Wilson's goal should have been chalked off. Don't get upset with me because the referees have decided to do
I'm talking
something
about the Tottenham
opposite.
Arsenal goal last week. I mean,
Yeah,
not that it would have helped.
I know
us,
because
but-
Harry Wilson just done exactly the same thing against
yeah,
Spurs,
terrible.
and he got this, and the goal was stood. That should have been disallowed for you lot, and then
But
you
how
end up
come that
drawing
was?
the game.
And this is not me. Like, you know, look, if you get away with it, great. But how was that allowed to stand yesterday? He was all over him.
Because they were all over Raya as well, so it's you know it's tick for tack.
And then Raya lied about his
that's
dive.
never.
Raya lied. You say, Chris, that everyone's against Arsenal. How come those things count? How come last week?
Hold on.
a goal was disallowed for Tottenham,
You're talking
and then
about two
yesterday a
different
goal
things. You're talking about two
counted?
different things. You can't say to me, "Oh, you think everyone's against Arsenal?" Well, 1, 2, 3 in this group are all against Arsenal.
I'm not
And you
against.
know it's
I
not just
gave
the
you
three
your
of you.
flowers
And you know,
last
no,
week.
you don't, Lee.
Not against
And you know it's not
Arsenal.
just the three of you. It's outside of this. It's even worse.
No,
So
it's the fans
don't sit there
that
pretending.
people have
Don't
a
sit there
problem with.
pretending that people ain't got a problem with Arsenal, Lee.
I ain't
We're talking
got-
about pundits. We're talking about
Hey,
fans.
Chris, you
I
think
don't know
you're-
what you're talking
you
about.
think
No
you might be
one
the
ever said
denominator,
referees.
mate?
No one ever said the referees got an agenda against Arsenal. No one ever said that. That's some made up bullshit
I
you
ain't
just
got a
come up
problem
with.
with Arsenal.
I ain't got a problem.
Okay, yeah, right.
I
got a problem with
I
Arsenal.
just their supporters.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you getting this from?
Yeah, okay.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, okay.
This is what they do to you, Chris. They go after you, and then they try and make you think it's all made up.
You're with them, Ken Dog.
I know, I'm not denying it, though. I'm
He's
well
so
aware.
guilty. Look, he's so guilty. He's left.
I'm not denying it. I'm anti-Arsenal because of their fans.
Frank, no, you're
Yes,
anti-Arsenal, Ken Dog, because there's a secret war between us, Ken Dog.
Yeah.
We lit the Premier League, Ken Dog. We are the Premier League, Ken Dog. We got Liverpool, Man City trying to cosplay Arsenal, Man United.
Yeah.
They want the same. Yeah, that's why Ken Dog. I understand mine and yours rivalry, Ken Dog. These other two just want to be part of the show.
What's he on about?
Attention
I don't know.
seekers.
I don't know what you're on about. It's Pat Docker, you're like Pat Biggie. I don't know what you're on about, me. Serious.
My point is that I understand that people have agendas against Arsenal fans, and I think sometimes you bring, well, not sometimes, you bring it on yourself as fans, I'm going to say. But to say that the media and all that
What
against
separates
Arsenal, I
Arsenal from
disagree.
any other family? You got Man United fans talking about winning the league this season.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
but
Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna tell me that's
Come
banter? Or is that
There's your
banter?
coach,
nah,
though,
they're
right?
Or is
just
that
very different.
banter? Is that different? Oh, what's
They
different?
had an aura of
Lee.
superiority.
On Saturday, the headline was set piece Kings Liverpool. On Sunday, the headlines were Arsenal set piece ugly.
Okay.
So you believe there's an agenda, a media agenda as well? Yeah.
Marv, you wake up every day and you talk about Arsenal.
Yeah, it's your time, isn't it? That's what happens.
No, you talk about you've been talking about Arsenal, Marv, from the day I met you. All you talk about is Arsenal. You tag Ken Dog and Clee because you need help every day. You tag because
Hold
you're
on.
you understand.
Hold on, let's
Let
go
me
back
And
to
vice
it.
versa. They all do
Let's
the
be-
same. They all three of you do the same.
Listen.
No, let's be objective about it.
Marv,
The
you
truth
spent
is,
Marv at the
you
beginning of
two
the
go
season.
after
You
each
Marv, it was
other
5
every
for 5. When it was
single
5 for
day.
5, yeah, you was waxing lyrical about Liverpool, yeah. And when me and Ken Dog were telling you spent 500 million in the summer, you was giving it large. When you lost to whoever you lost to, then you lost to Galatasaray the week after, and this idiot here wanted to talk about Ken Dog and Man United rather than speak about the Liverpool. I'm talking about you, Lee. Rather than speak about Liverpool,
Yeah,
we
because he was
glossed
talking about
over it.
Spurs.
We glossed over it. You lost 6 games after that. You went missing. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. You're champions. You're defending champions, and all you talk about is Arsenal as a deflection every single
Is
day.
this some kind of attack on me? This I don't know.
Every single you know why? Because Man United are ahead of you. What can I say? They're third. What can I
That's not-
say? They're third.
That's not.
What can I say? They're third in the
This
league.
sounds like-
How are you champions? No one's even talking about the champions and their piss poor defense of the league. No one's even talking about it. That's crazy.
I've come on the show with no notes today.
Yeah, of course you got no notes.
All I'm saying is, as a Liverpool fan, and I'm sure many won't agree with me, I'm quite comfortable with the fact that we're not going to win the title this season simply because we won it last season. I'm quite comfortable with it.
And then we get this narrative.
You know what? It hasn't panned out. The season hasn't panned out in the way we would have liked. However, when you're not doing well, the important thing is that you're still competing for other trophies, which we are, and we're challenging for the Champions League. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. I'm quite comfortable with Liverpool not winning the title this season because it's between Manchester City and Arsenal. It happens. At the minute, it's your time at the helm. Let's see what you can do. And that's why all the talk is about Arsenal, really. Let's see what you can do. Can you bring it home after 22 years?
Champions in
Is
Liverpool.
the title race over?
Spent 500 million more than anybody in the window, and no one's talking about them. It's all about Arsenal.
But I think
We've done. No, to be fair, Chris, he's had it when you've had 8K on. and all
No,
that.
I've given it to
Jermaine.
him. You haven't, because all you do is ride him.
What? So what? So how come you backed me when I asked him the questions on this pod after the Manchester United loss and against Man City as well?
What did I say to you in that pod? I said, finally.
I'll have to go back.
I said to you, why didn't you ask these questions before?
But I have. The Brentford game,
haven't.
I asked him.
You was
Yeah,
no.
we did. And Marvin, fair play to him,
Liverpool
stood
lost
up and
3 in a
spoke
row,
about
when
it.
they lost 3 in a row, you was too busy trying to act Ken Dog and cuss Ken Dog and Man
Because
United.
he was coming
Now,
at Tottenham,
now
so
look
that
where
was an
Man United
agenda.
are. Now look where United are.
And I respect it.
that's what I'm saying. Liverpool ain't really the talking point no more. The season's moved on.
Yeah, but how? How are you getting away with blue murder? How are you getting away with blue murder, my friend?
We're getting away with, you know.
No one's calling you bottle jobs. No one's calling you flash in the pan. No one's saying it was a lucky league. No one's saying it was a poor league last season. No one's saying
Yeah, we
that.
did.
They're saying this is the worst season ever. What?
It is.
Did you not see last season? There was no one even challenging Liverpool.
To be honest, Chris, I really don't understand.
Man United were
why
15th.
you're in energy attacking Liverpool when you're going for your first title in 22.
Exactly.
It comes with the territory.
Well, ask me questions. Ask me questions. Ask me the right questions.
Ken Dog, ask him a question. Ken Dog, ask him a question.
I've just been mucking around with my appearance on here because this is dull as dishwater, this chat. So I've just been mucking around with the background settings to see what you can do.
So, well, ask him a question. Ask him a question.
An Arsenal question.
Yeah.
Look at this. Liverpool spent 500 million to be behind United.
Can we? Yeah, okay, let's do it. So I gave an example the other day of a young lad walking home in Edmonton and getting mugged. And it happens 3 days on a trot. On the 4th day, he's nervous because he thinks, oh man, there's a good chance I'm going to get mugged again here. Is that how Arsenal feel right now, Chris, after getting mugged 4 years in a row? Do you feel like Is it inevitable?
4
Are you
years in a
getting
row.
nervy? You feeling 3 years in a row? Sorry, 3 years in a row. Do you feel like that sense of, oh man, like City are creeping up on us point by point? So do you feel like the method is to attack others to hide the fact you're a bit nervy?
Ooh.
Good
No.
question.
No.
Very good question.
And you can be honest about it. You can be vulnerable with us.
Yeah, I'm saying no.
Okay, cool. Next question. Let's move
Yeah.
on. Marv, same question to you about Chris.
Do you think, basically, it's a simple one. Are Arsenal going to hold on to their lead and bring home the bacon this season? Are you 100% confident, Chris? Or is there a slight doubt?
You're just repeating what Tom just said. You're just repeating what Tom. You're repeating what Tom just said. You're repeating what Tom
Great
just said.
question, Marv. Great
How do you
question.
feel?
You're repeating what Tom just said.
Not really.
You are.
How you feel
It's word for word, bar for bar.
How do you feel about Arsenal's chance?
You just Ken Dog just said that. I just said to you, no. And regarding Arsenal's chances, the league we're going to win the league. So I don't know what we're doing here.
What did you say?
Do you know when they do, Jordan? Do you know when Key and Peele do that Barack Obama thing where he does the Barack Obama and then the guy does the real, like what he's really trying to say? Shall I do the real Chris on the side?
I'd love to.
I'm really nervy. It's been 3 years in a row now that City have caught us, and I'm sure it's going to happen again. But if I talk about Liverpool, United, and Spurs, it might be all right. You are bricking it. You're bricking it.
Well, there was
Just
a
be
time.
honest. We'll respect you more if you say you are bricking it because City are there now. And if City win all their games, they've won the league.
Hey, he's trying to pretend that he's frozen, yeah?
I know.
But you know, Arsenal win their games.
Because I can see
win
his
the league.
heart beating. I can see
Can
his
you know,
heart
Arsenal-
beating.
Can I ask a question?
Chris.
How important? How important, Chris?
Hold on, Lee, before your question, you said to me at the beginning of this podcast, there's no Arsenal agenda. Thank you.
I thought that's what we had to do. Ask you a question.
you.
That's why I'm asking.
Thank you.
I'll answer any question.
Thank you.
Everyone's got one after.
Thank you.
We can go round. I'm just going to ask. No, the reason I ask this, Chris, nothing to do with Arsenal. Well, it is to do with Arsenal, of course it is, but it's to do with you as a fan of Arsenal. How important is that Carabao Cup final on the 22nd of March?
Now it's for psychological reasons, you know.
Oh, so we might have to
It's
talk
not
about
the
it.
trophy. No, it's not the trophy itself. It's about who wins that game.
You weren't even watching those games up until what, the semi-final?
I've watched every single game.
Oh, you have? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you have watched it then.
Psychological reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you did watch them then. You did watch them because I thought you didn't care about it. You didn't. You weren't giving them.
I've watched every game of Arsenal this season.
Oh right, okay.
That's not true. That's not true. You've been at parties a few times and missed a couple.
No, I watched them at the parties with my phone.
I've said for years. Yeah. That the League Cup is an important trophy.
No, it's not. Marv, shut up, Marv.
It
It's
is
not
important.
Marv. Who won the Coca-Cola Cup last season?
Who was it? I can't remember.
Shut your mouth then. You was in the final. You was in the final, you mug, and you can't
Newcastle.
even remember. You was in the
Newcastle.
final. It's so important. It's so important. You was in the final last season. You can't remember.
Listen.
Marv
listen,
Buffet's
that
done
is
you
not
there.
the biggest
Thank you, Ken Dog.
trophy.
Thank you.
However, look at
It's so
what-
important. He can't even remember being in the final last season.
Go back and look at the last 15 to
No,
20 years.
Man United won it 2 years ago.
They
But did Man United win the Coca-Cola Cup 2 years ago, Ken Dog, with Ten Hag?
Yeah.
Did it propel you, Ken Dog? Did that propel
3
you, that
years ago.
trophy?
Listen,
Did that trophy propel you? No, it didn't. No, it
3
didn't.
years ago they won
So
it.
all this, Newcastle won it last
Did it
year. Has it
propel
propelled them?
Lee,
No,
Lee,
Newcastle won it last year.
Can it
Has it
propel?
propelled them?
Can it?
Has it propelled them? Has it propelled them? No, it hasn't. So the last 3 winners, it hasn't
Can it,
propelled.
Chris?
And you're telling me how important this trophy is. Liverpool won it the season before that, and it was and Liverpool tried to come up with a spiel. Oh, it means more. Shut up, man! You've been caught with your pants down trying to be smart. Shut your mouth. Wipe your mouth. Go and get
I'll
some
tell
tissue.
you,
Wipe your mouth.
all I'm going to say.
We just go back a step. Yeah. Go on,
Lee,
Lee.
Lee, you told me
let him
Carling
say,
Cup.
let Marvin
Lee,
chat, let Marvin
Lee,
chat.
you personally, Lee, you
Chairman.
told me Carling Cup means nothing. Yeah, you told me
Oh,
Spurs
you-
winning Carling Cup. It
You
means
know
nothing
what
to
it means
Spurs.
something, Tom? Do you
So
know
don't
what it
tell
means
me
something?
don't tell me it's
How many
important
times
now.
this guy-
Don't tell me it's important now. Nah, you know what you don't
Marv,
like?
wins-
You know you don't
it
like
means
me
more than
chucking back
winning
your own
nothing.
words back at you. You can't hack it. You don't know what to
Let
say now.
Marv
I'm
chat.
chucking it back
Marv,
at you.
We can't even hear
He
Marv.
did something exactly what he said for psychological reasons. Most of the teams.
That's not what you
have gone
said.
on to
You
win the
switched
league
it up now. That's
have
not
gone
what
on
you were
to win the
saying. You
league
just gone and
title,
switched it up.
have gone on
You
to
just
win
gone
the
and switched it
Champions
up.
League, have gone on to win the FA Cup.
No, they
All
haven't.
all
No,
the
they
big
haven't. I
clubs
just
have
gave you the
gone-
last 3
And you know
winners.
where they start?
Marv, give us facts. Marv, give us facts then. Go on, back them facts up now. What you just
Lee,
said. Back that statement up.
How big is this game, Chris? How big is the
No,
game?
Lee. Don't help him. Let him back them statements up with them facts. Come on then.
He ain't
Right,
brought
give
his
me a
notes.
second.
The last 3 winners. Go on, last 3
The
winners.
last 3 winners. Look at him, the last 3.
Right, do the last 5. Do the last 5.
I can give you 15 or
Excluding
20
Man
years,
City.
mate.
Excluding Man City. Do the last 5.
I can give you the last 15 to 20 years, mate.
Silly
And you
mug.
see the pattern.
Silly mug.
How can he sit there and say
Silly
psychological
mug. Shut
reasons?
up. You know
Why
nothing
is
about football.
psychological
Go and
reasons?
turn about Paisley and Shankly.
Right, let me ask you a question. Why
You
is it
silly
psychological
cat.
reasons, Chris? Why is it psychological?
Because Arsenal, Man City are 1 and 2. We're going for every single trophy together. That's why, you fool. After
And
we
what does
played them
that
on the
start?
22nd, after we
And
played them
what
on the
does that
22nd,
start?
after we played them on the 22nd of March, we got them again in April, first week. Shut
And what-
up.
What does
That's
that
our main
start?
rivals. For Arsenal to lose to their main
Okay.
rivals, Marv, if we was playing Leeds in the Coca-Cola Cup final, it wouldn't mean nothing. We're
It
playing Man
wouldn't mean
City, you
no, it
fool.
wouldn't be
Shut up.
psychological reasons.
Shut
It
up.
wouldn't be, it's only because
Shut
you're playing Man City.
up.
It's
Shut
only
up.
because you're playing Man City.
Shut
Like
up.
I said,
Hey,
yeah.
listen,
Man City.
All right, let's carry on.
Look,
No, let me just say one thing, though.
Newcastle win the Coca-Cola
It's
Cup. They've
okay.
gone backwards. Newcastle won the
Chris,
Coca-Cola Cup last
Chris,
season. They've
just
gone
stop for a
backwards.
second.
How do we mute him?
You just
You
said it.
can't
I don't
mute
know.
me. I mute
But you
you.
just said it. You
Can I
said
just
it.
say something?
Psychology. So it's only important to Arsenal now for the first time in how many years?
Mark, he's
Tom.
allowed to think that.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, all I ask, Mark, is that you're consistent. You say that it means nothing. You can't celebrate it when you win it.
Yeah.
And if you think it's an important trophy, then you win it.
For the first time in his history, he's saying it means something for psychological reasons.
Yeah, but that's fair. He's right.
Let me ask you a question.
That's
If
fair.
Arsenal finish
Consistent.
second, if Arsenal finish second and only win the Coca-Cola
So
Cup,
you got to be
will you
playing.
be
So now he's
laughing?
saying-
Will you be laughing?
Now he's saying basically,
I
you've
will.
got to be playing
Thank you,
first
Ken
and
Dog.
second.
No, they won a cup.
It's only about
No. I will, because of the last 2-3 years. It's been like, how can you can't mess it up again. And to win the Coca-Cola Cup now, I'll say
Well, they
it's
can
always
mess it up.
better.
Because
No, but it's not.
this league
Lee,
is 2 points, man.
Yeah,
They-
but Lee, 3
They
years
were
in a
ahead.
row,
They
they've been in a
didn't-
winning
They didn't take
position.
initiative.
Come on, man.
They didn't take the chance. This game,
Look,
this league is
if you
wide
look
open.
back in 10 years' time at the year 2026 and Arsenal have won a cup, that would be better than the last 3 years when they won nothing, indisputably.
Yeah, I'm
However,
agreed.
they should have won the league for the last 2 or 3 years. And they're now in the strongest position they've probably been in a long time. They need to beat City for psychological reasons. I'm with Chris on that.
But you
Yeah,
do
but
know
only
Tom,
win the
it's
League
in
Cup.
City's
That ain't
hands. It's
good
not in
enough year
Arsenal's
for
hands.
Arsenal.
So what was that, Lee? What was that, Lee?
So if City win every one of their games, which includes you, they win the league.
So if Arsenal win all their games, Lee, whose hands is it in?
Yeah, but they've got the game in hand. That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's in City's hands.
Even with
Both
that game in hand,
teams.
you fool. Are you
Both
stupid?
teams, they've got to play each other.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, so what we're saying is,
So it's in both
if
hands.
it's in
So
their
it's in
hands,
both
it's in their
hands.
hands.
Teams'
So
hands.
it's in
But
both
before,
hands.
it wasn't in City's hands.
Yeah,
It
but it's
wasn't
in both
City's
hands. Yeah, but it's still in our hands.
Okay, yeah, both hands, fine. But what I'm saying is, City, if they do what they have to do, they
Yeah,
win
but
the
if
league.
we do
Same
what we
with
have to
Arsenal,
do, yeah, and if we do what we have to
but
do,
it wasn't like that 4
But
weeks
Chris,
ago.
they
You
crept
had
up
it.
on you. That's what he's
no,
saying.
it's
They
always
crept
like that.
up
It was
on you.
always like that. It was always we
They
have
weren't.
to do what we
No,
have to
Chris,
do.
it
They
weren't.
weren't.
No.
They
It was
couldn't win
no,
it.
it's always like
They were too
you're
far
fool. You're
behind.
fool. No, you're fool if you thought they were too
If
far
you did
behind.
everything you had to do,
Only idiots that don't know the game right off Man City.
Nobody wrote him off, but that you definitely had a
I
stronger
know a few
advantage than what
people
you
wrote
got
them
now.
off. A few.
I
Lee
mean,
was saying
well,
after
I
8
wrote
games,
them off, yeah, I
after
wrote them
10
off.
games, Lee was saying
Listen.
Pep's a fraud. He was saying Pep's a fraud, and
I
Arsenal won the
wrote them
league.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, you
this
can't
team,
quite
this
put it off.
this team drew 4 and lost 1 from the end of December to January.
So?
We got a point off them.
So?
We ain't done
Yeah,
anything.
You know, there's purple patches. No, there's form. There's
Yeah,
a
but
bit
bro,
of form,
what
bruv.
I'm saying is, you had all that time to clear away, and you didn't.
Yeah, it's football. But right,
I
just
agree
2
with
seconds
that.
ago,
I agree with
2
that. But what
seconds
I'm
ago,
saying
you
is,
just going against Ken Dog defending Arsenal. Now you're trying to go against me, cussing. Like,
no. What
you're
I'm
all over the
saying is,
place.
no. You're not understanding what I'm saying, or maybe if I'm not making myself clear, I apologise. But my point is that City, you have the incentive massively over City, and you've dropped points in games when we're saying Arsenal's at their strongest now. This is the Arsenal team. The ones who bottled it, whatever, if that's what you want to call it, whatever, that weren't it. But this team now, we've waxed lyrical, the squad depth, the players on the bench, winning,
squad depth,
coaching in Europe. So in January, when you could have basically taken them out because they dropped points, they drew 4 and lost. And
but we also dropped points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
those times, and you played.
But only you were saying this Man City team is pants. Only you were saying after 10 games Arsenal won the league.
That's me about Man City.
From back in Liverpool after 5 games.
Switch the narrative.
Games later, you was back in Arsenal.
Switch the narrative. I'm not talking about City. I'm talking about Arsenal. I'm saying this. Everyone says this is the Arsenal team. This is the one, and you still are in a battle going into March where if they won every game, they win the league now. And
I know. But if Arsenal win every game, Arsenal win the league.
Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is, honestly, you've got no room for error now, right? And in January,
this is what happens at the top league. Now, when you're in a real title race, unlike last year's champions, who had no title.
But they got the job.
This is a real title. So this is how it is, Lee. It's fine margins, my friend. There's no room for error. Arsenal been here before in the United days.
But Chris, this is what I'm trying to say to you. This is what I'm saying to you, though, Chris. My point is, and I rate Arsenal, don't get me wrong, but this is the team, right? From all the 4 years, it's been building to this.
Arsenal played 53 games. It's March, yeah? And we've lost 3 times this season.
Well done. But what I'm saying is,
we're still top of the league. We're still top of the league. We're still top of the league. We're in the Champions League. We got a cup final, and we're in the FA Cup.
Let me just say,
Man United season was done in January.
Wolves,
Liverpool season was done.
Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, 6 points.
Now what about the last 3 games?
Well, you beat Chelsea, beat Spurs, and you drew with Wolves.
You lost United at home.
No, it wasn't in the last 5 games, Ken Dog.
Points to United, points to Liverpool. I'm not even counting United and Liverpool. They're the games that anything can happen. But you're all good teams. Wolves out of the cup, out of the league. Brentford another 2 points. If you add the 6 points you've dropped to Forest, Wolves, and Brentford, you are now 10 points clear. Although they've got a game in hand.
But that's not how football works, bro. Come on, man. If Man United beat Arsenal because it was a poor season last year. How many times have I got to tell you that?
But they won their games.
How many times have I got to tell you that it was a poor season last season?
But they didn't drop points.
I gave you statistics. I gave you statistics last year, yeah, but you weren't listening because you don't listen.
No,
so I told you last season, no team in the history of the Premier League has improved 5 seasons in a row statistically, and Man City and Arsenal had both peaked on their 4th season battling out with each other. This team here now, this average Liverpool side that we can see now this season, average, same team, that Liverpool side was on an up because they'd already had a dip because where Klopp couldn't defend the title first time round, and when they end up losing to City, and then they finished 3rd to Arsenal. So now the only way they can go is up. Because the other 2 teams statistically are going to go down, which is exactly what happened.
They won all their games, though.
Arsenal finished with 71 points. Man City finished with 69 points. The season prior to that, Arsenal had 89 and Man City had 91. Liverpool had 82 points and finished 3rd. They finished with 84 points the season after and finished 1st. The gap between first, because it was such a poor league. It was such a poor league last season. It was such a poor league. This team were in what is just they had to do was be consistent. That was it.
And they were, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just told you, Marv, it was a poor league last season.
All right, hold on. Let me come. Can I just say that?
And the proof is in the pudding, Mark, because your last 5 games, 6 games of the season, Liverpool all over the place. From Plymouth, let's go from Plymouth. We'll start off from the Plymouth game. When you lost to Plymouth in the FA Cup, you lost then you go and lose to Newcastle in the final. Then you lose to Newcastle in the final. You was pants. It was a poor league last season.
Hold on. Let people talk. Hold on. Let me say. The last time we did a pod like this, or maybe not the last time, the one before that, we looked at the same we looked at the league table the same day a year ago, and both Arsenal and Liverpool at that point were 6 points clear of the league.
We've done this. Yeah,
Let me
done
just
this
say,
last
hold on,
time.
hold on.
We've done this
Hold
before,
on.
Lee.
But Chris, then what they did is they went and they won the games
No,
while you didn't
Lee,
win the
did you hear
game.
what I just said? Arsenal finished with 71 points.
So,
The season before that, we finished with 89. Look at the drop
But
off,
you look-
my friend. Look
But
at the
what I'm
drop
saying
off.
to you is,
Look at
they
the drop
won.
off.
They won those
No,
games. that then kept you, them up there.
Forget Liverpool. The drop off was terrible. Arsenal will finish with more than 84 points this
there
season.
could be a reason for that drop off. No, there's no.
I just told you the reason why. You don't listen. Don't listen.
What's
Don't you listen.
What is it? The
Don't you
league-
listen.
Come on, man. You can't just.
Don't
But
you
I
listen.
don't know if that's a good. I don't think that's a good enough stat, Chris.
You don't know if that's a good enough stat. It's a fact.
Like
It's not
4
even
years in a
it's
row,
fact.
people don't
That's
get
a
better.
fact. That's a fact. It's a fact. Whether you like it or not, Lee, whether you like it or not, it's a
Kendall, you
fact.
go. You go.
Can I just say
You
one
go.
thing?
Go on.
Chris, Arsenal was 7 points clear of City in January. And now if City win their game in hand, they're 2 points behind you. What Lee's trying to say is that you had an opportunity to capitalise on the fact that City
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah.
I know, but like
You
I just said
could
to you,
be-
it's football.
You could be 7.
Game
yeah,
done.
of course it's
Like
football,
Liverpool,
but
done.
the point is that you guys have had for 2-3 years now. You arguably should have won the league, and it's gonna. You had your chance this year with your best ever squad to not allow this to happen. Don't tell me it's inevitable. You didn't need to lose to Man United
Hold
at
on.
home.
Arsenal
You could have.
still top-
You
Arsenal
should.
still top-
Brentford.
Are Arsenal still top of the league? It just won their last 2 games.
Yeah, but Chris, it's going to be a lot closer than it needed to be, right? And you might not win the league. Whereas you were certain. I've got a message in WhatsApp. We will win the league this year.
I just said it. I said it on
You
this
still feel like
podcast
that
today
now?
that we're going to win the league.
Wow. I don't believe that confidence. I think it's fake confidence.
How can you tell me you think it's fake when I'm telling you we're going to win the league?
Because if I was you, I'd be thinking, man, if I'm dumb to be thinking this is sewn up when we've done this 2 years in a row and City are catching us every
They were a
single
bag of
week,
nerves that
every
last 10
single
minutes
month.
against Chelsea FA. Chelsea had 10 men. They were a bag of nerves.
That I agree with.
And that's going to happen every game,
That
bro.
I
So now
agree
what
with.
we say?
But
can you be so sure?
that's where the manager needs to learn. The manager.
But this is real time, bro. This ain't like.
I hear you there. No, I hear that.
Jay,
I could be honest. I could be honest. I'm not like you guys that have the bullshit. I could be honest.
Jay is making the point there.
But you're
I think you have
100%
got
sure.
points,
then.
Jay, but it's still close. They're still 2 points behind Arsenal if they win the game in hand. That's the
Listen,
point,
hey,
Jay. That's the point.
Anything can happen between now and the end of the season. Let's be real here. It's not decided. I don't know who's going to be champions. Heart on heart, I don't know.
I
And
don't.
I've said it before, it's who has the mental fortitude will win the title between those 2 teams.
Who do you want to win it, Marv? Who do you want to win it?
You know who he wants to win it,
Who
Ken
do
Dog.
I want to
I
win
want to
it?
hear. I want to hear.
Who do I want to win it? In all honesty, you know what? It would be great for football if Arsenal won the league.
PC, Ken Dog, that's PC talk.
No,
I
it's
want
not
Arsenal to win it,
peaceful,
Chris.
But
100%.
the problem I have happens to be the fans. So I don't want them to win the league. Do you know?
Yeah, they're
I
being
want them to win it
insufferable.
still.
They're being insufferable. And especially because I know what there is one certain thing. Spurs are going down. So I can't have Arsenal win the
You ain't
league.
going down. You ain't going down.
Hey, it's terrible at Tottenham. It's terrible.
Is that
and
why
it's-
you're wearing a
and-
salmon shirt today?
No, it is salmon shirt. Nice colour of me.
Well,
But
you got what you wanted, didn't you?
no, but Frank wouldn't have done any better.
Fact.
He's
No,
shit.
facts. No, it's facts. You got what you wanted. You didn't want Danny Boy. You didn't want Frank. You wanted,
didn't want
you
Igor
wanted
Tudor.
You wanted Daddy Poch back, and you wanted Big Ange back.
Still word or you needed a Tottenham man.
Yep, I agree.
You needed,
And what did
you needed to do what United have done. Same thing.
Yep, I agree. I agree totally.
Who'd make it? Mason Mount, or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Ryan
Harry
Mason.
Wilson. Ryan Mason.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Fucking
Ryan
hell.
Mason, Tim Sherwood, Terry Venables.
When Carrick took over Man United, they were 4 points ahead of Spurs. Now look at where we are.
Top 3, baby. And where are you?
Because they knew we can't keep with this Amarin going into the new year. So they made the change. And whether Carrick stays or not, they've done the right thing. So kudos to United on that. Spurs, they held. As I keep saying, Frank will go and do a good job somewhere.
No,
He weren't ready for this job.
You mean
Ange.
You mean Ange? They
Frank.
held with Ange. No, they held with
But he
Ange.
won him a cup.
Lee,
Yeah,
that
Chris,
cup.
he won the
Listen,
cup, man.
no. Let's
Well,
all
I'm
be
not having
grown.
that
Let's
when
be
we don't
grown
win
up. Let's
anything.
listen. Let's
I'm not
be
having
grown
that.
up.
I'm not having
Let's
that.
be
Down
grown.
that
Let's
road
be grown up.
again.
The Europa League means F-all.
No, to Spurs it means it means a lot.
Lee himself, Lee
Oh,
Terrier,
here we
called it a
go.
waste of time. Yeah, let's not
And he
lie
takes
about
that so out of context.
Let's not lie
I'm not
about
going to
this.
go into that. I'm not going into that.
Let's not rewrite history to sound good and to sound humble. No, let's not do that. Let's
you
just tell
take
the
it out of
truth.
context, but that's
No. Let's
we
tell the
said
truth.
it too much on it.
It was a bad win. It was an easy win to win because Man United were piss poor. It was an easy
Yeah, but
tournament.
Chris,
Yeah?
man, what you're
You
Chris,
finished 17th in the league. You finished
No, just
17th
say,
in the
Chris,
league.
what
You
you're
finished
getting
17th
wrong.
in that league. Yeah.
He
If that Europa League was so important, if that Europa League was so important, yeah, listen, if that Europa League was so important,
Chris.
and if it was the be all and end all, Ange should be at the club. Yeah, he's not. Why? Because he's crap. You finished 17th with Ange. Ken Dog's all saying Chris, but Ken Dog, you're the first person to say Ange is rubbish.
No, but
You're the first person to say.
You can say that.
First person to say
that.
that. But Lee, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. For you to finish 17th, that is no joke. To win a cup, you can get lucky and win a cup. To be 17th in the league, that determines where you're going to finish next season. We're gonna be the next 4 or 5 years finishing that low in the league. It's trouble. It's trouble.
So
can I say something?
When Arsenal made steady progress and finished 8th and 5th, yeah, that was steady progress. We went and finished second. You know why? Because we can build on top of that. Finish on 17th.
Let me say.
Finish on 17th. You can't build on top of that. You thinking that Frank is the problem and not Ange, which is where this is all started from. Because you see yourself in Big Ange. Instead of being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, he lost 5 games. I'm still talking.
Hey,
Did you not listen to what I said? You don't listen to what I say.
Big Ange lost 5 of his last 7 games. Ange lost 5 of his last 7 games the season before you won the Europa League. That was already red flags. These are red flags.
Where did we come there? Where did we come there?
You finished 5th. The next season, and then you say that like it's kudos, like it's a one up there. But you can count that. You can count that the season prior rather than count the season last, which was when you finished 17th. It doesn't make sense, bruv.
Okay.
Now after finishing 17th, you want Frank to come in and do master strokes with no money. He hasn't been given money on the back end, And
you said we spent loads.
Not Frank.
You give me stats.
No, Big Ange. That's Big Ange. Yeah, Big Ange. Big Ange. That's Big Ange. Big Ange again. Wasting money.
This season.
Wasting money. No. Big Ange wasting money.
Hey,
Tom.
Rather than taking your own beliefs and cussing me out for saying not backing Arteta after season 6, you couldn't even handle 4 months with Frank.
Tom, what are you saying?
It was really nice to go back to 2024, 25 for a minute. Can we go back to 26? That was interesting. Thomas Frank was a good signing for Spurs. He was quality at Brentford. What he did with that club, it was a good move bringing him in. However, Spurs were absolutely right. I think they would have been in the same position or worse now if they'd stuck with him. The problem is they brought in an absolute crap manager. They needed a character type. And just to make a little point on the whole Ange thing, you don't have to. Let me just. I'll pass over to you after because it's to get a word in edgeways here. It's flipping hard work. You can think a tournament is not great for your team to win it 1 year, and 5 years later feel like that would be good for us. When Spurs win the Champions League final, I would expect Lee to feel like, who wants to win the flipping Europa League? When you're in Spurs' position for the last couple of years, and they haven't won a cup in a long time, things change.
He said this before the Champions League final.
What did you say?
He made his comments before the Champions League final.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely makes sense. Exactly. That's what I thought he did. It makes complete sense.
If I gave you the chance now to win the Champions League or win the Carabao Cup, what are you going to do?
I just said you made that comment before the Champions League.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, I know.
The point is.
I know.
And
that's
you
what I'm saying.
And you called it a waste then when you wasn't nowhere near the Champions League.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, go on, Mark.
Go on, Bob.
What? You know what?
I don't know, man. Let's talk about 2026.
Spurs
will probably go down. They've got no momentum. Yeah. We can't keep looking at games like Leeds and that and think we're going to better them. These teams are all playing better than us.
Marv, what do you think of Tudor? Because you was the one backing him in the group, telling me that I didn't know nothing about football and how good Tudor was.
All I said is that his record, that's what he goes in and does. He goes in and fixes situations like what Spurs are in. He's got a record of
He has. That's
doing
fair.
that and getting
Yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked.
But
We're
he's
fucked.
never going to work at Spurs,
He's
Marv.
got longevity. He's there to try. He's there for one reason, and that's to try and save Spurs.
Yeah, he don't, man. He's gonna leave with some money, and it's not
As
gonna
it's-
hurt him.
It's not looking great.
No, it's not. It's not looking good, and it hasn't looked good for a long time. This isn't Igor Tudor. It's not even Thomas Frank. He just wasn't good enough to do what he had to do. It's bigger than all this. It's bigger than Levy. It's bigger. It's from the top, and whoever holds it. Levy was part of the problem, but he was a puppet in some ways. But he still had enough power. There's too much of a problem with Tottenham. They've always getting these cheap executives and all that who think they're doing the right thing, but they're all doing it at cut price. They're just not good enough.
Lee, I can ask you a question though.
Yeah.
I've been a bit dumbfounded by what Carrick's done at United. I can't believe what's happening. And
Yeah,
it's
but
made
I'd
me
also
think-
take that with a pinch of salt.
Let me just say, yeah, I agree. But if a manager can come in with his level of experience and turn Man United into the form team, we've won more points this year.
He hasn't lost as a Man United manager.
How is it always the owners? Is it actually they're just going after the wrong people time and time again?
Yeah, no, I know.
Not
What I was
bringing in a
saying,
Spurs man.
but before I get
So what,
interrupted,
we're not going to take into consideration how many injuries Thomas Frank's got.
but we didn't take into consideration how many Ange had.
Yes, you
weren't
did.
both ways.
You mentioned it every week, by the way.
Yeah,
You
and
think
I
that's
mentioned
what it
it
is,
with this
Chris?
season, but I
Injury?
knew. But listen.
Thanks, Marv.
It's my personal opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but at the end of the day, is that when you go out to play football, you've got to go out to try and score goals and win a game, right? With Ange, by hook or by crook, and he had many flaws, and I said it throughout his time. As much as I love him, and I'm going to hold him dear of what happened with us. We don't win cups, he won us a cup. As much as I hold him dear, he was deeply flawed, but at least he went out to try and fucking score to win games, right? Thomas Frank, record XG, whether you like the stat or not, record XG, zeros, no chances, no style of football. Chris, even when we was having players like Kudus and things like that, after that early start where we went out and we could beat on a break and teams didn't really know what to do, and we won a couple of games by set pieces, we didn't have anything to beat these teams. We didn't do anything to break them down. And he's bought players. He's been part of an expenditure that was not bad, as you've shown the stats to me, for what we spent in the season just gone, the summer just gone. That you telling me, like Thomas just said, that you can't get a team to express themselves and go out and play football. Now their heads are gone. Now they're all thinking about what they're doing individually.
Tottenham and Man United are in two different spots. Yeah, I don't know if you remember last season when Arsene Wenger. I'm going to repeat it again, and he said, "I don't think any of these teams should be in the Champions League." And Ruben Amorim also said, "I think it'll be better for United not to be in the Champions League next season."
Fair enough.
And everyone laughed at both men and scoffed at both men. But Man
Ironically,
United,
the Champions League is where we've done all right.
even with Amorim, I think Man United would be top four right now because the running was so not easy. But I think a lot of teams are in the business end where, like I said at the very beginning of this podcast, Arsenal played 53 games already this season. Man United are only going to play 40 max. So the difference in energy, the difference in fatigue and all that, it is that. These are just facts.
Go on, Mark.
Tottenham, yeah. What Ange's done, and I've said this in the group before, is he gambled, didn't it?
And do you rate that? I'm a gambler. I would do it.
And lost.
But yeah, he lost at the end, but he gambled. When you start gambling, and I've said this, and I've said the same thing about Arsenal as well. When you start gambling and overlooking, football games week to week just to win one trophy, you're in danger of that kind of thing happening. So
can I ask a question, Mark? Can I just ask a question?
They forgot about the league.
Yeah, agreed.
So they focused their energies and their mentality on winning the Europa. It was like watching two different teams.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And when you
So can I ask though, Tom?
Messing, can I just make a point? I ain't got much to say. When you start messing with the team's mentality, yeah, because Tottenham brought on a losing mentality in the Premiership. It's hard to say.
Facts.
There's a lot of players now at Tottenham who have got a bad mentality to play the game. Hence why these results are
So
continuing and
can I ask that then? I'll ask a good fair point. Fair point. No, I think that's a fair point. I'm not. I think he's giving a fair point. My point.
What I'm saying.
How long are you going on for, bro? I've said
Let him
it.
talk. Let him talk, Lee. Lee, let him talk.
And I've said this, yeah. I remember losing the League Cup final to Newcastle. I've said this before.
Oh, you remember now?
Cup final to Newcastle. And I was quite comfortable with it, knowing that we're gonna win the league.
You forget it.
You know what I'm saying? And there was fans. I listened to a radio show. There were fans cussing Liverpool, sack slot. You have to have a winning mentality for every game of every competition. And if your team hasn't got that winning mentality, oh, we'll leave that trophy because we're going to go that. Then there's a danger of
Mark,
that happening.
fair play. Can I say that? Let me just say before we go anywhere, Mark,
Facts.
what's your team called? What's your team called?
What, Liverpool?
What's my team called?
Tottenham.
Tell me
Right.
what you've won against what I've won. Tell me what you see regularly against what I see.
On recent times, because I'll be, Christian, you
There we go. And I don't take pleasure in having to say this. So let me ask you this then, Chris. If Anne's done all right,
Marv
and
said recent
and
times. You
what he
could say
got,
any time, Marv.
all right. But I'm just saying, like, he gambled because he's remit, and he said it on the overlap.
No,
They
he
told me,
didn't
and
gamble. I don't think he
Chris,
did gamble.
let me talk, please,
Let me-
man.
You asked me. You just asked me a question.
No, I haven't asked it yet. I'm going to come to it. Let me just say it. On the overlap, he said they brought him in and they said, we had Jose Conte, it didn't work, and we just need you to win a trophy. So he went, right, it works better for me because I knew they were going to sack me. So I'm going to go all in. Fuck 'em.
That's all. What? No. Hold
That's
on.
what he said. I'm just telling you.
No,
Hold
but
on.
you know that's a
Hold
lie
on.
though.
Let
But
me
you know
think.
that's a lie though, isn't it? You do know he's
Okay,
lying there.
fine. Whether or not, it's what he said.
You know he's
And-
doing personal PR to make himself look good to get himself another
100%,
job.
but we're in the game of personal PR. Players
Yeah,
do it. They're
but
doing
he
it now.
stabbed you lot in the back and told lies. He's told fibs, nothing but fibs.
Well,
He's
the fact
made
won us
white
a
lies.
trophy,
He's made
stabbing us in the
intricate white
back. I'll
lies.
take
Shall I
it.
tell you why? Shall I tell you why he's a
I'll take it.
bullshitter? You know why he's a bullshitter? He goes,
Right.
oh well, they told me I need to win a trophy, so I knew they were gonna sack me. So I just hold on a minute.
Okay, right.
You didn't win the trophy.
Let me ask you the question
You didn't
now.
win the trophy to the second season. So in the
All right,
first season
let me
when you finished fifth, what they said? What? Oh, that's not good. We need you to
Okay, so let me ask you
finish
this, Chris.
17th and win a trophy. No.
What,
And
so let me ask the
hold on,
question
I ain't
then.
finished. And like I said
But
to
you
you, at the end
Oh,
of
bro, I'm
last
going to come
season,
off. I'm going to come
at the
off.
end of the
Because you're not
season
letting me
before,
talk, bro.
at the end of the season before, he had lost 5 of the last 7. So it was already
So
in
what?
motion. So you're trying to tell me he down tools from the season prior to you lot
No,
finishing 17th?
if you look at the
No.
run that we had, it
Like
wasn't easy.
Ken Dog said in the group not the other day, he's a pants manager. Like I
Fine,
said to you,
that's your
when you
opinion.
was playing a
That's
high
your
line,
opinion.
when you was
I
playing
ain't
a
here
high
to
line with 9
negate
men
that.
against Chelsea, yeah, at home I think it was. I said that is
You
more
see
than a
what
red
bro,
flag.
I'm not going to applaud you.
That's not poor management. That is amateurish, and that
Fine,
is what has
Chris.
happened at Spurs.
Chris, that's
Club like
fine. You can say that.
Spurs,
You can say that all you want. That could be said all you want, right? But he's won a cup. Don't interrupt me.
Yeah,
He's won a cup.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
That is
He's won a cup, which other people, that's fine. I've already said that, Jordan Brand. I've said that to you. He's won a cup, which other people haven't done. So I'm going to ask you the question then. So if Ange came 10th last season because he won a few games
But
and
he didn't.
he didn't prioritize,
He didn't.
Huh?
Let's not do ifs, buts, and maybes. He
Let him
didn't.
ask the question.
All right,
Let him
all
ask
right.
the question.
Okay, hold on. Wait. No one's saying anything. Let's not do if not buts nor maybes. We won a trophy. He got sacked. We went on, and the manager that come in couldn't do any better than what he was doing. Next, where are we going?
Right, you can end the show now, Lee. You can end the show now.
Well, exactly. No, but that's the truth. Are we all like at the end of the day? If he didn't win that cup and we came 17th, and now we're 17th again, I'm
won
not
the
looking
cup.
back on any glory.
He won the cup.
He won the cup.
If you didn't win that cup, you would have finished higher up in the league.
But
Facts.
Mark, he won the cup.
Mark,
He won
what
the
would you
cup.
just say?
Facts.
We don't deal with
And where would they
ifs, buts,
be?
or
Where would they
maybes.
be now, Marv? Where would they be now if they finish half the table? Would they be fighting relegation? Would they be fighting relegation or be fighting for Europe?
Yeah, it's,
But who just
Where
told
would
me
you
don't
rather
deal
be?
with
Where
ifs,
would you
buts, or
rather be?
maybes?
Hold on, where would you rather be? Where would you rather be?
Don't deal with ifs, buts, or maybes, eh?
I ain't gonna knock Tottenham for ever winning any club
No, you can't.
or any team.
No one will. No one
However,
will.
like I said before, the dangers of a team like Tottenham, yeah, because Tottenham are a fairly big club. They're not in the Premiership to survive. Like
The players are good enough to stay up, Marv.
like your Brentfords and Bournemouths who have done it season after season
Exactly.
with the attitude to survive. Tottenham are a team mentally that's designed to be challenging for Europe every season. And the
Right.
moment they adopted that losing mentality in the Premiership,
But he didn't adopt the losing mentality. He just didn't prioritise it.
No, Lee.
he
No,
has
Lee.
a lot to, and I'm not having a go at you, Lee. He has a lot to blame for Tottenham's
Facts.
current predicament.
Facts.
Thomas
Facts.
Frank
Okay, that's
took
your
up the
opinion.
slack. He took
That's
up
your
the slack
opinion.
before in the group. He took up the slack, of a team that was coached pretty poorly,
Mhm.
injuries, and also he had to incorporate the new
Marv,
side.
what did Dyer say? What did Dyer say, Marv?
When today?
Eric Dyer in that interview.
Yeah, he never got
Yeah.
coached.
What does that mean to me? Like,
In the end, all of that.
okay, so my point is, Marv,
Thomas told them
I could let me say.
Lee, wait a minute, let Marv speak. Lit.
Well, no, because because at the end of the day, you're giving good points, but my point is going back is that if we could talk about Eric Dyer and that Andrew wasn't coached, fair enough. I'm not here to dispel that. If I don't watch football the way you lot do,
Yeah,
I don't watch
you
football
said
the
it.
same way. But I did watch Tottenham at these times. I had to switch off in the end and couldn't watch them. And if you can tell me, and if you can say with your hand on your heart that injuries were the way that we were so blunt as a team with any style of play and with any form, if you can tell me that's down to injuries and injuries alone and not Frank, then I question how
Let me
much
ask
you
you a
watch.
question. Let me ask you a question. You see when you was doing Paul.
I hear your play. His style of play.
No, you can't. Yeah, forget the style of play though, Marv.
It is. But what I'm saying is the mentality of the Tottenham play. Listen, when you play any sport, 80% is played here.
Yeah.
Tell him, Marv. Tell him, Marv.
Any sport.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, I
Tell
agree.
him, Marv.
These boys at Spurs, it became okay to lose.
Right.
They've adopted a different style of play. I'm not feeling it. They're not.
Hey, Marv.
And that's the first thing Igor Tudor said when he walked into the door. Morning, if these men don't run.
But Conte said it as well. Conte said that 4 years ago.
Do you know what
Hey,
I'm
Marv. And you didn't like it though, Lee. But
Lee,
Lee, when Conte said it, you didn't like it. When Jose said it, you didn't like it. When Ange said it, you rallied behind him.
Did he say it?
Yes, he did.
What did
Why were
Ange
your
say?
fans? Why were your fans trying to fight Ange every other week? Why have I got videos on the Football Fico of Ange looking up at the fans and they're going back and forth? I've got about 3 videos of it.
Because they wanted him to lose
But
a
why is
game
that?
to Arsenal
Why is
didn't
that,
win.
though? Why is that? No, we're not talking. Why is that though, Lee? Why? Because that was all of the season when Andrew was there. The year you won the Europa. I've got all those videos on Football Fico. Why is that though?
But so hold on. Let's go back to the point. That
What did you say?
Mark
Ken Doki's
said.
won what?
No. Let's go back to the point Mark said.
Thanks,
Let's
Ken
go
Doak.
back to. All right, fair enough. That's fine. Look, again, I'm not going to here to say you're wrong. I'm never going to do that. It's an opinion based. That's what we're all about, and that's what's great about it.
If you just came out and said, you know what, I fancy Ange, I see myself in Ange, I'd have more respect for
But
you.
that's just being stupid. You're being
Let the man
stupid,
speak.
right?
Let the man speak, yeah,
That's
Chris.
like we want to bring banter. I can bring banter. If we want to make it
No,
silly
I'm
like
being
that, we can do
serious.
it.
I'm being serious.
Okay.
You see
Well,
yourself
then
in Ange.
you are being
You
stupid.
see yourself in
You want me
Ange,
to talk real football? Or do you want me to
like I just
joker?
said, you see
You want
yourself
the
in
joker or
Ange.
you want
The way
do
he
you want
plays
the pundit or the
football, the way
joker?
he plays this cavalier football, you think you
Do you want the pundit
could
or
be,
the joker?
you think you could be a manager. You see Ange and think, yeah, I could do that. That's what you think. You think you're this close.
No,
Well,
no.
if he's so one-dimensional,
That's why you're
of course
backing.
I
That's why
do.
you back him so much because, like I said, you see a lot of your traits in him, like this cavalier football. He's
'cause
actually
I wanna go out
a
and score goals.
WANKER, but you can't even see that. Yeah, I'm not even just doing this as banter. That's what I think of Ange.
No, but
What he's been doing in all these interviews on the overlap and them things is there is putting that knife in Spurs and twisting it, and you're right there backing him over your own club. Yeah. You know what, Spursy finishing 17th and you winning that Europa League and then going onto the box the next day saying season 3 is better than season 2, thinking he's gonna get a job, thinking he's gonna stay in the job because he's the jolly boy. Like piss, that's what you see, the jolly boy. Like get out of here, mate. You had no tactics.
Okay.
You are the reason why Spurs are failing so bad right now is because of the mess that he put in.
So what was this season then?
But you
this
was
season then?
too busy cussing Frank this season. You asked for Danny Boy to leave the club because you said when he left the club, you lot were outside saying we've got our Spurs back. Well,
No, we
damn
didn't.
right, you got your Spurs back.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you
No, we
did.
didn't. No, we
Lee,
didn't.
can I just?
There's videos on Football Fico.
I'm with
Go
Leon
on.
for quite a few things here, like in terms of Spurs winning a trophy. But I think Marv's made a valid point that the problem that brings is because he did put all his eggs in that basket, and the momentum. Look at the momentum United have had the last couple of years of winning one, losing one, winning
Right.
one. Like that's become
Okay.
part of the DNA, and it
Right.
takes a lot to change that mentality. To like, guys, we're not a bunch of losers. We're not going to lose every week anymore. That takes a while to change that, and it
Hold on.
needed. That's why I think. Can I just finish? That's why I think bringing
Depends, Len.
Tudor in. I think bringing Tudor in was not the right. They needed somebody who was going to go, guys, come on, man, what's gone? That was poor last year. That shouldn't have. We are not a team of losers that just go after Europa League.
But
Great,
they
we
weren't
won
doing
that.
that this year.
Ken Dog, can I say when they brought
Lee,
in the winner last time, Ken Dog, we
he
didn't like
was
it.
very. Ange was very, very. I said this from the absolute get go, and he had the
Yeah.
best start of any Premier League manager in history in
Yeah.
his first 9 or 10 games. But he
Yeah.
was very one-dimensional.
Right.
And you beat Bodo, Glimt, Athletic, Lyon, Man United, who were crap last year to win it.
But we did it.
But you
yeah.
won it.
Yeah.
But the problem he did create was that momentum of losing a lot of games.
Okay, I'll come back to this now, both to Marvin's point and your point about coaching. So Amorim leaves on the 1st of January. By the 7th of January, you beat Manchester City, playing a totally different style of football. 7 days later, you beat Arsenal. You wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right. Okay, let's all. You wouldn't have had a chance. That's being unfair.
It's all
But
up there,
you went
though,
out
mate.
there and you
All
won
up
them
there.
games with style. You won at the Emirates and you won with
Yeah.
style. Right. You took the game to Arsenal, champions.
Yeah.
At that point, going up. Right. Not about Arsenal. I'm just saying.
Where he made a
So,
lot of points about the Arsenal.
7
game,
days.
Yeah, no, but I get that,
No, because the point is, 7 days.
Yeah.
You've gone from scraping a draw at Leeds.
Yeah.
To beating Man City and
Do
Arsenal.
you not
who
listen
are
to a
now
word I say? Do you
the
not listen to a
two
word I say? They play
who-
one game a week, brother.
Just let me say,
No,
Your squad
Indulge my
can't handle
opinion.
two. You
Nothing
see
to do
Tottenham
with
squad.
that.
Tottenham squad right now can't handle
look,
2 games a
we're
week.
going again. Look, we're all over the show again. Indulge my
No,
opinion,
we're not.
Chris. I've listened to you. Indulge my opinion. At least do that. Right. So they've gone. A new man's come in and gone. You know what, guys? You've got the talent here. Do this. Toby Mainoo wasn't getting a look in. All of a sudden, he's coming. He's looking a player. Right. Casemiro. They've already announced that he was leaving. All of a sudden, looking a player. Right. Coach has come in 7 days. Right. So that I'm just making that point to Tom. Marv's point about you going with a losing mentality. Right, they pick and choose when they win. Now, if that as a professional, if that as a person, if you pick and choose when you want to win and lose, you have to look at yourself in the mirror. I personally think. If you
Didn't you do that last season? But you said you did that last season, though. You said Ange did that last season, picked and choose.
Yeah, but listen. But what I'm saying is, if that's what you then take into your life, they did that in a small window because they knew what was at the end. I'm talking about if that goes now. Oh, I will do this for the rest of my career. I'm 24. I pick and choose because it might be the Coca-Cola Cup this year. If you do that, then as in a professional sense, you might fuck up. You may not get to where you want to get to. But my point is then take Ange out of it. Take Ange away from the scenario. He got sacked. We brought in this man, right? And he's come in and he started all right. He set us up not to lose. And we've got a couple of results against a team like City, who, like we said, started late out the trap. So we got the win there. We beat Burnley. We already see where they are in the league. They're gone. So they were the 2 games. Then Bournemouth come. They handed our ass to us. Chelsea came. We got a 0.0 XG. We went to Arsenal and we got absolutely destroyed. Right. And then he never won again. We drew at Wolves. Okay. Again, we drew at home to Wolves. Looked poor. Never looked at anything. So my point is, in that time, Marvin, when you're saying about these players that are thinking, oh, well, I can just coast through this. When a new coach comes in, as why I brought up Carrick, and tells you this is the lay of the land, right? Then if you're still thinking like that...
If you think in 7 days Carrick managed to get all that out of the players, you are stupid.
Yeah, Lee, that's not quite right because you're missing one important thing. What Amorim did do is he got rid of a load of dross.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear that, but what I'm saying to you though,
no, but you can't. But no, I'm going to address your point now because you can't compare.
I'm not finished though.
We've got 30 seconds.
I want to address that point you've
finished.
made. I want to address that particular point because you're saying you're comparing the two, but Ange didn't sort your squad out. He
But I'm not
didn't
talking
get rid of the
about, I'm talking
crap.
about Frank.
Quality in. Yeah,
talking
but
about
he's
Frank.
left that. He's
Facts.
left that for Frank. Whereas
Facts.
Amorim left. He'd done a good job to get it to the point
What
where
characters
come in, and then he simplified what we were doing,
he's
and
playing them in
Carrick was the right man.
position.
So do you think
Oh,
then?
Wait, all
Do you
Carrick
think?
has done is get
do-
those players for Man United and put them playing in their right positions?
Right. So do you think that Tottenham have been so hardly done by, like with all these injuries, that no other manager could have come in and got a better tune out of them than Thomas Frank?
I
Do you think
someone
he
could
did
have.
the best?
No, I
Lee,
think someone
Lee,
could have come and done a better job.
Lee,
Right.
before Thomas Frank went to Spurs, he was a respected manager.
He
Let's
still
leave it
will
at that.
be. He
No,
still
he's
will
not.
be.
We'll leave it at that.
Well,
guys,
don't
we've been on
think
for
Arsenal
an hour.
fans
I don't think
Wow.
Andy's in a great position